What's up? My rant today. People, we have discussed like telling your lawyer the truth. We talked about why you should tell your lawyer the truth. I need you guys to understand that like it doesn't upset me because at the end of the day, you know what? It's not my life and I can't control people and what they choose to do. But at the end of the day, you lying to your lawyer, okay, especially those of you who go get lawyers that don't look like you, okay, and there are cultural barriers and your lawyer may not understand exactly what culture you're from or how the streets operate if this is a criminal case. You lying to them and like telling them stuff so that they can get like completely obliterated at trial or with evidence is not going to help you. The district attorneys are not dumb. They know the streets. And they know the streets because they have to know the streets in order to carry out their job. Some defense attorneys know the streets, some defense attorneys do not. Some have had, just like district attorneys, to learn, some district attorneys, defense attorneys don't know the streets. But some of them, no matter what color they are, have taken it upon themselves to learn the streets, to learn things, just like the DAs, so that they are not taken aback or kind of made to look like a stooge, okay, when things that come up that they necessarily may not know in their daily lives because they don't live that lifestyle comes about in their cases, okay. And there are lawyers out here and they're Caucasian or whatever, and they know, they may be from another country, but they have learned the streets, so they know when you're telling them something, whether it sounds right or whether it doesn't. They kind of know how the DA is going to look at it because the DA does know the streets. The ADAs, assistant district attorneys, they do know the streets, as I just told you. So they can kind of give you a better gauge sometimes on what it would look like to a jury. It behooves me that when you guys think that you've convinced your lawyer who doesn't know shit about the streets, who's green as a, freaking Granny Smith's apple, that some shit went down another way, or you have nothing to do with it, or you completely don't know these people, because she has no way of figuring out whether you know people or whether you don't. She has no understanding about where you come from, she or he, and you think that because you convince them you can convince 12 other people is a sad, huge mistake to make. So just tell your lawyers the truth, so that they're able to assist you. I know a lot of people feel like if you tell your lawyer the truth, they're not going to fight for you. At the end of the day, like, that's not the oath that we took. We took an oath to fight, regardless of whether somebody is guilty or innocent. That is not a personal feeling that we should carry into our jobs. And in fact, it's unethical. We are supposed to fight. So just tell us the truth, y'all, because I worry so much, and it's mainly with youngsters, about how they think that they're getting over when they convince this dumb green ass attorney some shit who doesn't know nothing about the streets, and then the DA is like boom, 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 back to back with evidence, and then they're just kind of like screwed, and you're at a point where you're looking at 30 years, or you can just take that shit to trial, and sometimes you win. But depending on how the evidence looks, you don't know how the evidence may look to a jury because you've lied to your lawyer. That doesn't help you. If you're going into trial, you got a 50-50 chance. And so what you want to do is make sure that you understand your odds, right? You want to make sure you completely understand your odds. Because a lot of people that you're going to have to sit them down, they're not going to plead. And that's very understandable. But you all should be able to make a plea with all knowledge in your pocket. And you're not going to have all knowledge in your pocket if your attorney doesn't have all knowledge in their pocket, because then they can't tell you exactly what laws apply because you're lying to them. They can't tell you how a jury may look at something or how the DA can possibly spin it because you're lying. And they find out in trial, or they find out when it's too late for them to be able to cut something for you or do something that could possibly save your life. So I just wanted to come, to you guys with that. Just because you can convince certain people that are certain colors, because you may be a certain color, to believe your bullshit, it doesn't mean that the district attorney is going to believe it, and it doesn't believe that the district attorney is not going to be able to twist that shit so that the jury doesn't believe it either. Because the district attorneys, the ADAs, know the streets. I don't care how green they look. I don't care how they wear their red ties with their blue jacket and their khaki pants and listen to their country music, they know the streets. And you would be sadly mistaken to think that they don't. So know that they know the streets. So that when you fight your cases, you understand what you're up against. You think that you can fool people. Know that you may need to get a little smarter on your defense, than you may have thought you needed to be. Okay? That's the best way for me to put it. That's my rant today. Bye.